Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and I just got finished reading Superman number 10. This is a great comic, and it's hysterical. It's not the kind of hysterical that Marvel has been putting out recently, or even Catwoman Election Year, which I also reviewed this week. This was a really good book. It's mostly about Jon and Damian, Jon Kent and Damian Wayne, but it does have Superman and Batman in it. And it's very funny. It's not written as though they were kids. They're written like they're adults in a way who are just really immature, as opposed to being written like kids. But that's okay, and it works really well because of who these kids are. You don't expect Damian Wayne to be written like a regular 8-year-old, 10-year-old, whatever he is. And Superman's son, he kind of is, but not. Either way, this was such a funny book. Here's young Jonathan young Jon, trying to learn his way around, trying to figure things out. Oh, freeze breath makes an appearance. He finally learns how to do that by accident, by sneezing, which is perfect. He meets Nobody, who's working with Damian Wayne, and she's only got a few lines in here, but she's great in this regard. She seems to have a little bit of crush thing going on with Jon, that's awesome. I would love to see something like that develop. They're going through a little spooky neighborhood swamp kind of thing, and then they have to go and stop him from burning down the entire swamp. And then Damian winds up taking him hostage, and oh man, Batman finds out and he's not happy. Then Superman shows up and he's even less happy. And Batman has a kryptonite batarang. I just want to point that out. That's like really, where's all this kryptonite coming from? Anyway, it's written in a way that the humor doesn't become obnoxious. Every time you think it's about to be, there's a new twist thrown in, which is just, it's great. This is the kind of revelry that I love seeing. These are great superheroes, and they're written in the perfect way they possibly could be. Seeing Damian with his pets, the dog that was brought to Apocalypse to recover his corpse, which he mentions to Jon, his cat, which is just a cat, this cow that he has with the bat symbol painted across his face eating hay, who he rescued from a slaughterhouse, and he's going over all these animals, these pets that he has. And Jon is just like, wow, but they're in this dark, dingy cave. Why don't you bring them by the farm? I'll show you how to really raise animals. And they just nitpick and go at it with each other so much. And at one point, something is said, and it's funny what's said. And then Jon just goes off. He turns around and just, boom, hits Damian, gives him another hit. The cat jumps on his face. Damian's right there with a kick to the face after the cat jumps off. The dog is biting on his leg. Yo, Jon got jumped. You don't go to another man's turf and start a turf war all by yourself. You don't do that, and that's what he did. So inadvertently or not, but oh man, the fighting back and forth at this point is great. And just a couple moments before, Alfred, who shuts Damian down in a great way, he says at one point, "Jon, you have such a great demeanor. You're such a wonderful, lovely young lad. I don't think that you would ever need to go through any kind of Batman boot camp." And these two go at it. Damian actually grabs the kryptonite batarang. That's just a step too far. I get it that he's, seriously overmatched here for the most part, potentially. But, oh, for crying out loud, you don't go for a killing blow kind of object. I thought that we were past that, Damian. Anyway, so a batarang and a heat vision beam knock the kryptonite batarang out of his hand. And then there's Batman and Superman standing there, and they both turn around and look, and there's Batman with his dark eyes staring. And it says, next issue, boot camp. Guys, this is a great comic, and if you are not reading this comic, the only one missing out is you. Because it's hysterical and it's intelligent and I love reading it. And you know what? Gets an A+, because that's just the thing. So A+ for this comic. Excellent read. Put it in your pull box and subscribe to Comic Book University below. Look, you see what I'm doing there? It's like 3D. This is Professor Bill. Class dismissed.